I bet that you've experienced knowing what you want to do in a painting, and then it actually turns out to be totally different. So I call this phase 3 of developing your painting. And the operative phrase that goes along with that is, I know what I want to do without knowing actually what's going to happen. So I'm going to talk with you today about how you integrate your thinking and your feeling as you develop your painting. Hey everyone, welcome to Whole Artist Mastery. I'm Marianne Mitchell. I really love sharing the experience I've gained over 40 years of being a professional artist, and I really hope it helps you grow in your artistic practice. So if you like what you see, you can help the Whole Artist Mastery YouTube channel grow by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. So I'm going to be talking about phase 3 of making an abstract painting, which is what I call integration. So what does this mean? Well, it's when you've reached a point in the work where you have an emotional connection to the painting and you want to push the composition further along so that it feels more finished. Now, if you've watched video 100 and 101 on the Whole Artist Mastery YouTube channel, you will have seen me start this painting and get to this point. So in this video, I'm going to continue on my journey in developing this painting as I talk to you before I begin about what integration exactly means. So as I said before, the phrase that goes along at this time and for a while now is, I know what I want to do once you make some decisions without knowing actually what's going to come out of my hand. So it's this dance between intentional decision making with your compositional choices and allowing for that spontaneous mark that you would have absolutely 0% predictability about that it will happen. So it's about integrating that spontaneous mark, should it happen, and your intentions for developing a composition. So this is, on one hand, hard, and on the other hand, once you get into the zone and the flow, you're completely unaware that this dance is happening until you get to the point where you realize that you've been spending more time trying to solve the compositional issues. And as you stand back, you take a look at the painting and you say, I no longer have any connection to this piece. I don't like this piece anymore. I feel completely disconnected from it. That's because, and we all do this, myself included, you get into this groove of trying to make the composition work. And the more you try to do that, the less emotionally connected you feel to the painting. So it's this challenge of maintaining that spark of unconsciousness, of expression and emotional connection, and at the same time making the painting feel more realized. So I'm unable to do this while I'm talking to you. So I'm going to be painting for about 15 minutes. And I invite you to watch me, and then I will check back in with you after I finish this next stint of me trying. Let's see how I can say this without saying trying. I've spent a little time looking at this painting, and so if I tell you what I'm thinking, it's going to mess me up. So I will share with you what my thinking is when I finish painting. See you soon. Okay, so let me see if I can walk you through what was going on for me as I almost completely changed this piece. So when I turned it upside down, I actually found it more intriguing. I'm unable to tell you why, but I just found it more intriguing because it was less like, okay, there's a sunset at the top, and there was something in me that wanted to box in the brilliant color. I'm unable to tell you why. It was just this feeling. So this is that, again, that dance between I feel like that's what I want to do. And so I did. And then I decided that I wanted to start making this brighter. And so there's not enough paint on here yet to really make that happen, but I wanted to kind of slowly see where it was going, where it is going before I bring in an awful lot of paint here. And so as you saw me, I was turning it upside down. By the way, this is oil paint. For many of you, you already know that. And I'm working with Gamblin paints. And so the colors that I use to make the black are dioxazine purple, Prussian blue, and cadmium orange. And then the color here is mostly cadmium orange with a little bit of cadmium yellow medium. And then the lighter yellow was made with, and then with this darker orange here, I added a little bit of quinacridone red to the orange. And then this yellow was a mix of cad yellow medium and Hansa yellow light with some titanium white. This color over here was quinacridone red with a tinge of cad orange just to warm it up a little bit, and white to make it more of a pink. So when I turned it this way, actually let me put my gloves on so that I don't get paint all over my hands so I can turn it around for you. When I turned it, after doing it this direction, I turned it upside down. And I suddenly felt like, okay, I want to have this pink here. Again, I'm unable to tell you why, but consciously I knew that I wanted it to go in this direction so that I started creating some movement in the piece from side to side. And so I did that, and then when I turned it back around like this, I realized that I wanted it to go a little bit straight here. It just felt right. So again, it's that combination of making decisions based on how I feel about the piece. And how I feel about the piece, at this point, it's very difficult, almost impossible to tell you why I feel that way. And so I'm saying that because I think you will understand what I mean. In other words, I'm giving you permission to realize that the feeling is without explanation at this point. And at the same time, you're responding in the decisions that you're making to your feelings. So I'm hoping that this is giving you a little bit of an idea of how this dance happens between thinking and feeling. So I was feeling this color and knew that I wanted it to create some movement with this side. And at this point, I need to spend a few minutes looking at it and getting in touch with, okay, where do I want it to go from here? So in the next few videos, you'll see me continue to work on this piece, and I hope that this has been helpful to watch the progression of one painting developing as we go through, at this point, the 3 phases. And the 3rd phase, which is the one I'm talking about and that I'm in now, is really the longest, where you're working out this relationship between the emotional expression in the piece and the structure of composition and how they work together. I hope that you found this helpful and enjoyable, and I look forward to seeing you in the next few videos. I also invite you to go to the Whole Artist Mastery website, check out what we have going on there. They're pre-recorded courses. We're very excited, my team and I are very excited about building a new online course called Own Your Voice, which is about how you discover what your true artistic expression is, who you truly are as a human being, and then how that informs your particular use of compositional and visual language. So I will be telling you how this progresses as we go. I see a launch date sometime in the late spring. So I'm very excited about this, and I think you're going to love it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.